Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Hero Cantare. Now, the new update has just finished, or finished some time ago, actually. And there's a few new things that I want to talk through, and we can, walk through it. First and foremost, the new hero. So if you go to your portal, and here you have it, the banner for King Dark, and of course max leveling warrior. Um, I want to go through this new hero, King Dark, in depth soon to let you guys know whether my opinion on whether or not you should summon or not, and also the banner for Kun and Baum is back, and that's a pretty good one. So let's go to the hero itself. Let's go to the collection. And we look at King Dark. Now let's look at the kit and see who we have here. So skill number 1, Lazzie's deadly move, Bear Hunt. Attacks opponents with the highest attack for 2 times by 70% attack, and has a 50% probability to prevent the opponent from receiving buffs for 2 turns with each attack, inflicting additional damage equal to 30% attack if the opponent is in a weakened state. So it's a pretty good S1. Now the damage is a bit low, but its main use is to prevent the opponent from getting any buffs with a 50% probability on each attack. Remember, this is at level 5 maximum, so when you get him at level 1, probably it wouldn't be that high. Now, S2, Hand of the Deceased. Pierce all opponents by 110% attack and inflicts additional damage equal to 30% attack. The additional damage is boosted up by 100% according to the decrease in attack numbers. Okay. All weakened status are extended by 1 turn if the opponent is prevented from receiving buff. Okay, so you have to set this S2 up a little bit. You have to make sure that they are unable to receive any buffs from S1, and then you can use S2 to its full extent with the extended 1 turn. But the first half of S2 is similar to Crusade or Crusade Mirror Use S2, where it's just pure damage and additional damage boosted according to the decrease in number attack. So it's very similar to Mirror Use S2. Now S3, Ancient Dragon Chumpa. Attacks all opponents by 130% attack and ignores 50% of damage deflection debuff resistance. The opponent with the highest attack is locked down once. That's interesting. It's pretty useful S2. Lockdown, I assume being sealed so they can't move at all. So that's pretty good. And ignores 50% of debuff resistance. So you don't really need to build debuff resistance on this guy if you're going to utilize his S3 mainly. I can see a lot of uses for this one, PvE, PvP. Now, is it better than the God Killer Zero's Confused? Because technically Confused, they can still move, but they hit themselves or they hit their allies. Well, Lockdown is just, I assume they just can't move at all. They can't use anything. It's a skip of their turn. Debatable. I think Confuse is a little bit better, but the problem with the Confuse is that it doesn't ignore 50% debuff resistance, although normally it lands 100%. Yeah, I can see it has its uses, but it's not the best. Passive 1, 15% attack boost, 10% attack critical hit rate boost, and 15% critical hit damage boost. That's pretty good. The regression resurrects the hero with 1 HP remaining at the first point of elimination, and The instantly resurrected hero for 2 turns. And instantly resurrects the hero for 2 turns, even if the inflicted damage eliminates the hero. Okay, okay. So it's a good resurrection buff just for 2 turns, and then I assume after 2 turns he dies automatically. The skill damage for the first attack after the first resurrection is boosted by 50%. Hold on. After the first resurrection, is resurrects the hero for 2 turns. So does that mean that this resurrection skill, if I'm reading correctly, has a cooldown of 2 turns? And every time he gets resurrected, because it says the skill damage of the first attack after the first resurrection is boosted by 50%. If I get him, I'll have to test this out. This is very interesting passive too. So this is if you have played Epic 7 or any other games, there are heroes that they do their like last breath attack or the last resort, where before they're killed, they get up, they increase their skill attack, and then they use it to try to eliminate the enemy. So I have a feeling this hero is the same concept at least. Yeah, but nice artwork though. Would I be summoning him? I don't think so. Or at least in my opinion, if you are a whale and you're collecting for heroes, absolutely go for it. But if you're free to play, I don't think this banner is for you, because max level warrior is actually a PvP hero. He's really good in PvP. PvE, not too much. King Dark, a little bit of testing is needed, but I don't think he's absolutely necessary. There are other heroes that already do what he does, or sometimes better. For example, the Confuse of Godkiller 0, S3, the Crusade Mirror use S2 for his S2. Now, unable to be buffed, I think some heroes do that as well. I have to double check. So he's basically a mixture of a few heroes together, and I just don't think he's worth it at this moment in time, especially after the banner of Kaiser and Elaine. A lot of people are saving up their gems, so yeah, I don't think he's absolutely needed. Yeah, I don't think so. No. And then the other thing I want to talk about in this video is the new relic. That's right, the new relics, the summer relics. There are 4 of them that's introduced, and the 5th one is King Dark's relic, of course. So we'll look through them, and I'll give my opinion about how I feel about them. So let's go to King Dark's, double S, Dark's Rage. 10% attack, 15% critical hit damage for heroes on the hardcore leveling warrior side while in battle. So, okay. So if you want to build a hardcore leveling warrior team, that's the one to go for. Alright. Increases critical hit damage. Okay, alright. So, Summer Relics. Let's go for the first one. Marine's Girl Summer Vacation, double S. You can use, by the way, all these relics, apart from King Dark's, you can use on everybody. So, No Name finally gets an anchor. Sutton Maria at the vacation step for today and enjoys her vacation with her cat. Okay, so this is No Name. When using single target attack, ignores the defense damage deflection and deals 100% additional fixed damage. Okay, this is insane already. This is so good in PvE and PvP. Now, remember, this is level 5 plus 20. So at level 1, I don't think it's going to be like 100% additional fixed damage, probably 20 in increment of 20 each time you level it up. But yeah, this is pretty good. It ignores defense, ignores damage deflection. So ignores both of them. So this is, you equip this card, you deal true damage, and for single target. So you can use this on mirror use, crusade mirror use S3, bombs S3 or EX skill, mirror use EX skill. You can use this on hardcore leveling warriors S3, Sora's S2. Um, so many people who can use this card and does so much more damage. So if you do get it, absolutely, this is a really good choice. Okay, so then the second or the third SS for the good 10, Master Poo Poo successfully obtained a new body by the transfer. She's all in for a good 10 for this summer. Okay, so very lovely skin there. And for Master Poo, removes one weakened status with 75 probability and recovers 10% HP if removal succeeds. Okay, so very niche use. I can see it with probably any of the tanks who taunts. So Kaiser will be good with this. Because recovery 10% if remove successful. So yeah, it has its niche uses. So definitely can be used in Kurvara and any other boss that does debuffs. So yeah, I can see its uses, but not that great. It's situational at best. I wouldn't choose this as my number one choice. So yeah, moving on to the next one. A special vacation of Armies. Okay, so this is Armies, looking nice there. Armies is enjoying the vacation with her guild members, just like a little child. Thank you for bringing me to such a wonderful place. Thank you, Armies, for showing us a nice picture there. Now, what does it do? Damage received at the first turn decreased by 40%. The amount of damage decrease is reduced by 10% each turn, minimum 10%. Okay, alright. So this is mainly used in PvP. I can see this so much useful in PvP. So it doesn't matter what kind of skills the opponent uses, it always reduces the damage by 40%. Flat. That's a flat reduction. That's amazing. And also, even though with every turn the effective reduces, there is still a baseline of 10%. So no matter what happens, there's always a 10% damage reduction on the character. So imagine if you have this level 5, this card plus 20 on all your PvP units. That's insane. You have so much tank here. Yeah, so definitely PvP use mainly, I would say. Yeah, great card, great card. Now for the last card, the Beach Grill Party. Mira's friend is touched by the food that she made at their summer trip. Is this truly the hamburger of my old enemy? Sujin Lee seems to be the one to taste it for the first time. So there's Sujin Lee eating, and there's Mira Yu who is cooking. At the back, you can see the other two God of High School characters, Mori and who's the other guy's name? I forgot his name. Dawi, I think. So this card says 5% critical hit rate boost and 12% HP boost. Okay, so this card is so-so. It's a good flat stat increase, but it's not as useful, or the utility is not good compared to the other card that I have read. So yeah, this is just a flat stats increase. So 50-50 if you want to put it that way. Alright, so that's all there is for this video. Now, there is world boss that's coming up. Now the world boss starts at 6 a.m. game time, PDD time, and ends at 2200 hours, I believe. Uh, I was doing a little bit of calculations, a little bit of testing because the boss, the way they describe the boss, and how your characters work, trying to build a, or would say the best team possible to do maximum damage. Now, all of what I have thought up is all theories. So once the boss is up, I will do some testing for it, and I'll make a video for it for you guys as well. So try to keep an eye out for that video later on. So you can only do 5 tries per day. Remember, 5 tries per day for the boss. So I'll be using those 5 tries to test out different teams, compositions, to find out which one yields a better outcome. So look forward for that. And yeah, catch you guys in my next video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed it. Bye now.